Hey, Beggs here with Izzet Polymorph in Modern. 1, 2, 3, out. Let's try that again. I walked across the room to grab my cell phone off the charger, and apparently we weren't playing fast enough. So, excuse me, princess. I just played against this guy. He was Tron, Nodding Gishu, and we beat him game 1, and he decided to concede during the sideboard while we were sideboarding for game 2. So, didn't even keep that match. The old double Emrakul. No, we won't be keeping it. Single with no lands. Mulligan. Our opponent probably thinks that we are on Tron now. We have to throw back 2 of these cards? Oh, this is a terrible opener for us. Obviously, it's a Thoughtseize. Well, it's an example of how you concede a match. You mold a 5 and your opponent Thoughtseizes you, then it's like, yeah, you win. You get to see my strategy. Game 1 is already over. That's funny. Mono purple Tron. Swamps kind of look purple. 1, 2, 3. Double staff. Talisman. Sorry it's taken so long to get to some actual gameplay over here. Try and speed things up. We're gonna go Island, go. Nexus, Talisman, go. Steam Vents, Staff, go. We're gonna have Spell Pierce up the entire time. The only time he's gonna be able to react is the turn that we cast Talisman. While it's on the stack, we won't have the mana back to cast a Spell Pierce till it's in play. Double Blink Moth, so we can get 2 attempts out of our staff so far. I almost want to Steam Vents up. He obviously doesn't have counter magic unless for some, well, he could fetch that and get a blue source. He could also have Force of Negation in hand with another blue card. But what are the odds of that? Snow covered. What do you guys think of Call Time coming up? Think they're gonna bring back the snow covered lands? That is gonna be really tough to beat this match. He just has Lilianas that he's proactively trying to jam. So we could cast second Talisman, Staff, and we have the second Blink Moth for next turn. So if we make Emrakul with the first one, we'll have a second one to tap and activate to be protection from sacrifice effect. Oh, that's super irritating. Target player sacks a creature. She starts at 3 loyalty, so she can only do it once. We can only activate 1 Nexus to block. Had the backup staff. Field of Ruin, though, I just realized he has that. On his turn 4, he played it last turn. Yep, can't stop that. So it's Orzhov, Lily, Skyclave, Stoneforge. It's like Orzhov Stoneblade with absolute disgusting anarchy. He actually didn't leave a land up for the Field of Ruin activation. I wonder if he realizes that. Ugh. He has 3 mana. Or, I mean, 3 cards in hand. He's probably got a kill spell. 1, 2, 3. And we still have the sacrifice protection with this spare Blink Moth if we Swan Song here. Yeah, that was never going to resolve. And, well, actually, he can untap. If he plays a land, he can blow up Blink Moth, play a Lily, make a sack. He has to have exactly land Liliana between the 2 cards in his hand and what he's about to draw. He has to have exactly land Lily. See if he has the first half. Land. Untap land. I doubt he would play a tap land. 2 or a few other. Oof. Oof. There's the Lily. He needs land. Blink Moth. You might have kill spell for the Blink Moth. Say okay. Sack the Blink Moth. Yes! Oh, so good. So good. Whew. That's so difficult to do. That is so difficult. So for this, I don't even know if we bring in anything. Void Snare, putting the Lily back in his hand doesn't help because he just recasts it. Dispel might help for Path and Fatal Push, so I guess that's it. Man, yeah, he's going to the sideboard. He's not happy that that went down that way. Wow. It's almost worth uploading this even if I end up losing the whole match, just because that game 1 was so good. I talk about it all the time. If your opponent has Lily, you need a spare creature effect. From your man lands to the Colony Garden token to even a cloud form. You need a spare creature laying around after you polymorph to get Emrakul, because if the only thing you have is Emrakul, Liliana actually beats Emrakul. It's in the story. Not really, but might as well be when they had that really cool cinematic video of Liliana fighting against Bolas with all the other planeswalkers in the War of the Spark. They should have shown the clip of her making Emrakul sacrifice itself. 1, 2, 3 Talisman, Transmogrify, and we get a spell Dispel. Dispel Pierce. It's gonna suck when they have Thoughtseize. Yep. Oh, you get Transmogrified. And I guess it's of note, Dispel would not have stopped that. We had a turn 3 Emrakul. And we still get 3 draw steps to find it. Unfortunately, we took out the baubles for Dispel. This is Spell Pierce. That'll stop a Lily on his turn 3. We're going to go turn 2 Bauble, Sago, and have Spell Pierce up. Man, this is rough. This is a sweat. Creature cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Well, we just lose to that, so... Now we do bring in the Void Snares. In place of... In place of what? It's so narrow. He's going to have probably between 2 and 4 of those. Gosh, I don't know how many of those he has to bring in, but talk about a silver bullet. Let's just run it at 62. I mean, I want the Void Snares. And now he's like, what do I do? We obviously can't win off the backup plan of hitting him with Ink Moth Nexus Infect or something. We get to go first. Man, we had the turn 3 Emrakul with that opener also. That was such a good opener. Turn 1, Swan Song, great. He goes to Thoughtseize and we give him a 2-2. Well, turn 2, Talisman, still have Counterspell up. He's just mulliganing for that effect. And neither of these counterspells stop the Grafdigger's Cage. Didn't realize that. Oh, man. Doesn't have it. Come on, Spell Pierce. Void Snare, and now we can play around it. Excelente, muy grande. Shout out to Magic AIDS. Stoneforge, none of our spells interact with it. We don't even have a creature effect. Just realized that. I wish... And yeah, our spells don't stop. Artifacts at all. I want to be able to cast a Swan Song and then give ourselves a token. One, two, three, four. The Void Snare on the stack. See, don't resolve. Well, he can't put the sword in play if the Stoneforge has Summoning Sickness. He gets a second look, but we don't care. Batterskull. Thoughtseize. See, I wanted to make the token to give to us. That was the whole point. You should be able to counter your own spells. Creature effect, creature effect. So good. Yes. Yes. Do we just get it? Do we just get it? Well, he might have the Lily. He might have the Lily. If he just concedes, then he doesn't have it. He gets a draw step to draw it. He has the mana in play for it, so. Oh, what a sweat. What a sweat. Turn 4, Emrakul. Take your draw step. Now concede. Oh, please concede. Nope, paying costs. Yep. Just as good. Well, if I Void Snare that, then he could recast it and take the token that cost 4 or less. Unfortunately, this costs 15. And then he's tapped out. GG. Normally on turn 4 he can get... Yeah. Normally on turn 4 he can get whatever his opponent played. Whew. That was cool. So Chad. Judge. LOL. Yeah. So crazy, man. 4 or less. Oh, yeah, GG. Yep. Oof. I already said GG, so. Lilies, man. Tough match for me. Lilies, man. Tough match for me. Man, I'm real proud of us. That was insane. Yeah, our opponent doesn't read his own cards now. He's having fun. He's being a good sport about it. Real good sport. Man, yeah. We were helping him thin his deck by bouncing that Stoneforge with the Void Snare, and then he pulled a Batterskull out of it with the second casting of it, and so, which made it more likely that he might even top deck into a Lily. Judge. LOL. It has protection from colored spells. This is an ability. 4 or less. Uh-oh. Yep. Oh, man. I said if we lose this match, it'd be worth uploading, but my gosh, is this worth uploading. So, while I've got you, 16 minutes, I'll keep this under 20. Man, yeah, really rough for us because they assumedly had Path and Push and Thoughtseize and Liliana. I don't even bother making a photo of her because it's just, you know, obvious. It's painfully obvious that and you saw in game 1 we used the technique. Oh man, we turned the land into a creature to sack so that we could keep the Emrakul, and he had the Field of Ruin in play, but he was just 1 mana short, and I identified the line. I was like, he needs exactly a land plus a Lily, and he didn't have the land. Like, oh, so good. Oh man, well, definitely +1 the deck here on Tapped Out, and I will catch you guys in the next one.